first thing we're going to do is create a label. Let's say this label is for going on to a large potato boxes that are packed at farms, and these particular labels will go into cold storage, special labels, but the information on them is just the same. So before you start a label, you need to know what information you're going to need on that label. So you need to create a document. Just got one here. So name of the farm, Smith's Farm Produce. That's going to be a fixed name on the top. So that's the farmer's name. We're going to have the variety of potato, which is on the list we've got, and this is going to be selected at the time of printed. So we've got Marfona, Maris Piper and King Edward. If we wanted to add more, we could do that anytime. If they decide to do that, would be something that the operator would do. The pack date, generally the day that the label's being printed, and the box number, which is a sequential number. It will start at number 1, go up to however many labels are printed. If you're putting 2 labels on a box, then you could add every 2 labels, and so on. So what else was there on there? No, that's it. So right, we're going to start by designing the labels. So you can download this software free from the internet. I'll put the web address on the bottom of the video. So design mode. So there we go, gives us lots more options, not normally available to the people who are printing it. So new. Let's put a name to it. So we'll do it all in caps. Box label. Width, our labels are 104 by 80. Type of labels, you can see self-explanatory. If you're printing labels, if they're normally smaller labels, you could have however many across, and then one label would print 3 or 4 across. So there we go. We're going to choose the printer. That's quite important to choose the printer at this time. So it's a Tech printer that we're using, and it's a Tech SX5, very popular in the industry. So there we go, that one's in. Transmissive, that means that they are sticky labels on the sort of plain translucent background. Thermal transfer, that means we're using a transfer ribbon. We could use direct thermal, but the print quality would start to degrade after maybe a year, and these could be on boxes for longer than that. The darkness, purely the darkness of the print, and that's the speed of the printer. If you're using a cutter, all there, strip mode. Cover those later date, so okay. And if we, print orientation, we're going to be printing out as we see them on screen. If you were printing a label that was wider than your printer's capable of, you have the labels made longer. Print them out at 90 degrees, nice and easy. Okay, so there's our label. So what did we need? Let's have a look. We want the farmer's name, which Smith's Farm Produce, so I'll just copy that off there, nice and easy. So we're going to enter that as text at the top centre of the label. So text, simple tick on the text label. See, it says sample text, and that's the sample text. So put that in there, paste, Smith's Farm Produce. Probably make that a little larger, so if we do the font 16, and let's make it bold. Okay. And then if we pop that, we'll pop that in the middle of the label. Yeah, looks good. Next thing, what do we need on there? We need variety of potato. So we'll put a label on. Labels are lovely and simple. So text, we'll pop it there. And sort of sample text, we'll have variety, and so pop a colon after there, just make it look a little neater. Looks good, yeah. Then add another one there, and we'll call this one pack date. Okay, close that one, and the last one was box number, which is going to be sequential, so we'll just put the label on. So same again, simple box number semicolon. I see I didn't put a colon on the pack date, so I'll just click on that, colon, and there we go. Oh, didn't apply it. Colon, apply. Yes, there it is. A little untidy, so if we just highlight them, scrolling across, and then justify them to the right, move that down a little, and if we space them out equally, all good. So first thing we're going to add is the variety. So what we'll do is create a variety, and if we look at our, and here it's going to be selected at the time of printing. So let's start. So this is going to be called a data source. As you use the software, it all becomes, as you say, this one is a list of items that we can choose from at the time of printing. So here we go. So anything that's going on at any what we call a variable field, we have to give it a name, become clear. So call that one variety. There's a prompt, so at the time of printing it will tell the operator what to do. So please enter T. Not two I's, is there? So what did we have here? We had Marfona, so pop that one in. Marfona. Was that a P or an F? It was an F. Not fully up to speed with potato varieties, so add that one. And the next one was Maris Piper, so Maris Piper, and the last one was King Edward. Oh, good old King Edward. King Edward. Obviously you can just keep on adding these things, but that's enough for demonstration purposes. So if we OK that, we can exit. So now if we go to text and we put the variety there, instead of just having the sample text, we've got what's called the data source. If you look, we created a data source, and now in the list is the variety. So if we apply that, there we go, we've got that one on the list. So next one is pack date. So if we look at our document, this is going to be adjusted at the time of printing. So it would be the day's date that you were printing, but you would be allowed to change that date if you were, say, printing on a Friday, but the boxes were going to be packed on a Sunday, say. So back to there. So pack date. So there we go again. It's a data source, and it's new. So if we go here, which one will it be? It'll be a date and time. So we'll call that one pack date, and there we go. That's standard. It shows you what you're going to get here. We've got most of the things that you would use if you look at the examples in this row, so we can pop all these in, or if you could create a custom if one of your customers, but we'll just choose the standard, and so that's how it's going to be displayed. And we're going to say prompt at the time of printing, so please enter pack date. We can put a maximum that this could be moved, so no one's going to put the wrong year on. So if we say 5 days and backwards, we wouldn't want anyone to really go backwards, so we do 2 days. If you're creating labels for things that were going in freezers or say plastic parts, you would use months, so you know, then we're not adding thousands of days. So we've created another variable called pack date, and OK. Close that again. So now if we add that up to our label, and if it's a data source, and if we look down here, we've now got a pack date. So that's on the label. Now box number, this is a number that's going to change with each label printed. So there we go again, data source, the 2 we've already created, then a new one. So which one do we want? No. Sequential numbers. There we go. So we'll call it box number. Start value, we're going to start at 0, but what we're going to do is save that so that if you've printed 100 on Monday, when you start printing on Tuesday, it would start from 101. Do we want it prompt? Probably not. We can change that at any time. If you were putting 2 labels on each box, you would go change value every 2. Then you'd print 2 labels and it would change to 2, and then you'd print another 2 labels, change to 3, and so on. But as it is, we just want a box, so OK. Look at that. So text, well, and then if we choose data source, now we've got box number. OK, starting at 0, so close that. Looks a little untidy, so we'll highlight them. I think if we justify these left, it'll be good. Space them out and then just pop them next to there. Looks quite cool. Right, so let's have a look what that will look like at the time of printing. So if we click on print, there we go. So we choose as R3 King Edward, and we'll say yes, we're going to print, we're going to actually stick them on Wednesday. OK, and there you are, the data's changed, ready to print. Then just say how many labels you want to print, and that's probably about it for this one, but I'll be back and showing you how to put barcodes. We can just do a simple barcode, we can put complex barcodes that include the date, sort of things that go on a box end. But that's it for now. I look forward to speaking to you again. Thank you.